So last week I made a film for somebody else's Twitter challenge. This week we're making a film for my Twitter challenge. Stick with us. Okay, here's the thing. The first person vlog that I did a couple days ago, whenever it was to me a flop. Like, I felt like I could have done so much more. I reevaluated, I watched a bunch of stuff, and I want to create a Twitter challenge to try to get some of you all involved so that you can create something like 30 seconds or less, an FPV challenge, okay? So today we're going to vlog about that. We're going to make that on the vlog, and then you're going to hop over to Twitter to see the final product and to submit your film. Let's do this. Pulled a Casey Neistat right there. Yikes. Okay, before we get started, I just want to show you what I've got here. Just a GoPro Hero 7. It's got a screw mount on the bottom of it, and then I'm running that to a cell phone holder, which I'm going to put in my mouth because I want that like face view, okay, so we can see my hands, all that kind of stuff. Thing is, with the FPV, you really have to do a lot of it in one take because you don't want a bunch of like choppy clips unless there's transitions in between them. I've got this cold. I really shouldn't be doing this. I should be just like sitting inside editing wedding videos. But I got to get outside and do something. I hate being stuck inside all the time, and it's so nice. Okay, I know the running looks ridiculous, but remember we talked about having to over-exaggerate your movements? That is so that my hands can get in front of the camera to give the appearance that I am running as hard as I possibly can. It is way too hot to be running like a caveman. I got burrs all over me. I didn't wear a hat. I feel really weird without a hat. So here's what I've got. I've got a envelope labeled confidential. I carry it in my mouth. I think the first shot is I'm gonna be jumping off this chain link fence, and then I'm gonna take off running and find a hiding spot. See, here's the problem, is that no matter where I look with this wide field of view, I'm gonna see the camera. Oh, and I only have 30 minutes to do this because I gotta go pick the wife up at 7:30. Actually, I have 27 minutes. I got so caught up in making it that I forgot to bring the camera along. Okay, so to make up for being a terrible filmmaker about filmmaking, vlogging about making a film, whatever you want to say, when we get back to the house, I'll show you how to do the trippy, dreamy effect that's going to be in here. That way maybe you can utilize it at least for text or something. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, I think I got all the shots I needed. I'm going to import the GoPro footage now, and then we're going to take a peek at how you can create some really like weird, trippy dream sequences almost. I really need to get my contact prescription refilled, but until then, that's better. Now I can see at least. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import the video 2 more times right on top of itself, and then we're going to come over to each one of those clips, and we're going to scale them up to 105% just to make them a little bit bigger. The next thing, I'm going to select the top layer again. I'm going to come out so that I can see the whole image. We're going to take it and we're going to move it to the corner. And then we're going to move the other layer to the opposite corner. And what that's going to do is go ahead and offset those clips from our original clip, giving it instantly sort of this weird like prism looking, I don't even know how to say it, just weird. Okay, I'm going to drop color finale on both of those. And then what we're going to try to do is really pull out some colors and give it a real, like, almost psychedelic look. So I'm going to open up the 6 vectors. I'm going for an orange on the top layer here. So let's take the reds and the greens and just lift those in the hue, see what we can come up with here. And go to yellow. So yellow pulls in a lot of orange there. I really dig that. Let's bump up the saturation so that it's just blown out. And we're just going to lift up some reds into those shadows as well. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for the second clip. Except this one I'm going to do a complementary color, so I'm going to pull up 6 vectors and let's shoot for, let's go for some blue. Okay, so once you've got those colors dialed in, you probably have to add another one, that way you can manipulate the greens that you do have. And then we've got, I don't want to go super blue, but I'm digging that. So let's pull in the cyans and just pull those down into some blues. It looks pretty rad. Okay, so now we've got those two, I wouldn't say color corrected, but color exploded. Now you may notice that it's actually kind of hard to see them all because there's so much going on. So what you're going to do, number one, we're going to add a focus blur to those. Okay, you can manipulate this. I'm just going to leave it as it is just for the moment, just for the illustration purpose. And then the other thing we're going to do is go to each layer and we're going to lower the opacity to something like 45%. And it's going to give this really, really weird vibe. Now, as you scrub through the footage, it may not be lined up enough, or it may be lined up too much for you. Right now, for me, I don't like the way that add looks, so I'm actually going to change it to multiply. Okay, in this instance, I'm actually going to stick with them being on normal. Okay, cool. And then we're going to lower the opacity on both of those layers to 25. Cool. Now the last thing to really give it that weird dreamy look is twofold. We're going to lower the speed on each of them just a little bit, not much. I'm going to throw them at 97% just so that they're, and I'm going to drop this one at 95 just so that they're all a little off. And then you're going to want to come down to stylize, and we're going to add in the handheld on each one of those, and that's going to give it this really weird shaky vibe. And make sure that you change it up on each layer so that it's not the same. Okay, so now as we scrub through the footage, we should have some really weird looking stuff. There was a game on PlayStation, and it was called LSD Dream Emulator. That's what that is. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to assemble it and throw it up on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter at mhyattfilms. Join the challenge. I'm going to be giving away something. We'll come up with something. Go follow me on Twitter. Enter this challenge, the FPV, the First Person Vlog Challenge. See what you can come up with. I'd love to see your stuff. I'm M. Hyatt. That's Hyatt like the hotel, and I will see you tomorrow.